Three things I'm concerned about in 2026, and one thing that gives me a lot of confidence in the Ottawa real estate market for the year coming up. So the first worry is inventory. Inventory at the end of this year, at the end of 2025, is 30% higher than it was at the end of 2024. And what that means is that for buyers in the spring market, you're going to have a lot more choice than you did last year, if you're shopping last year. And if you're selling, there's going to be more competition. So that could make things a little bit challenging for people. The second concern I have is about population growth. So since 2021, Ontario, according to Statistics Canada, has added between 350,000 and 500,000 new people each year to the province. This past year, in 2025, that number was negative 37,000. So it dropped from 350 to 500,000 down to minus 37,000. And I don't think anybody really knows how much population growth has affected the Ottawa real estate market and the Ontario real estate market in general. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that over the next year. I expect if it is a problem, you're going to start to see weakness in the rental market. And we're not seeing that yet. So it's not something that's happening right now, but I am going to be keeping an eye on it. And if you subscribe to this channel, or if you subscribe to my email list, I'll let you know if I see any weakness in the real estate market that could indicate a problem with low population growth affecting real estate prices. The third thing I'm concerned about is weakness in the Toronto and Vancouver market. So Ottawa had a pretty decent year last year. The houses were up by 3%, but Toronto and Vancouver had bad years. They're down about 6% in 2025, and it's getting picked up by the press, and so there's some concern that the weakness in the Toronto and Vancouver market could start making its way to Ottawa. Some people are worried about that. Right now, I don't see that happening, but it could start to happen if things in Toronto and Vancouver get worse into 2026. So what makes me confident in 2026? Well, the big thing is that we are now 4 years after the most recent peak in the real estate market, which came in the beginning of 2022. And so if you look back to 2008, if you'd invested 4 years after 2008, in 2012, you would have done really, really well for yourself. And I think that the fundamentals of the Ottawa real estate market, as well as the stabilizing effect of the government presence and the government jobs, in the Ottawa real estate market, are going to make Ottawa a really good place to live in and a good place to invest in 2026 and beyond. If you're thinking of selling your house in 2026, check out my free ebook, 28 Simple Tips to Help You Sell Your Home for More Money. You can see the link in the comments.